Have you been trying to create a more peaceful life by changing your circumstances, everything and everyone around you, or even yourself? That's what almost everybody in the world has tried and is trying. Our world situation is where that strategy has landed us. Albert Einstein said something relevant, if people could hear it. Problems cannot be solved from the same level of consciousness that created them. If we digest that, it might sound like this. The results of our actions reflect our state of mind when doing those actions. Chew on that for a moment. Another saying often swallowed whole without much chewing is, become the change you want to see in the world. Sounds good, doesn't it? Idealistic, lofty. Everybody should do it. I think Gandhi said that. After chewing, it sounds a bit like work, though. Live with integrity. Now, revisit Gandhi's saying about being the change we want to see in the world. See? And yet we tend to try it the other way first. Change the world. Why is that? I think it's because so few of us are able to regulate our own state very well. We instead seek to cope with circumstances. Coping is very tiring. That's because beneath coping is opposition and resistance. Or it wouldn't seem like coping. Over a lifetime, it piles up. That's why as we age, we go for the familiar, the commonplace, the standard, the pile-up. Some people try inner work. We aspire to healthy ideals, mental health, mindfulness, and spirituality. An image. For such approaches to succeed, they must effectively eliminate the pile-ups. Those pile-ups pervade our lives as lifelong patterns so familiar as to be taken as just how I am. We lack access to the levers and switches of the runaway train that is our mind. Why it's an uphill climb. We're not peaceful, or we can only get so peaceful. A sea of stress pervades our places, concentrated in some places, like airport departure gates, lower level in others, like sensory deprivation centers and massage studios, moderate to high level, parks and public venues, and hysterical, corporations and cities. The world is a conspiracy of stressful search for relief from stress. Doing, and more doing. Our state of readiness for anything and everything in all kinds of ways, and running our lives according to everything we know. Stress, overwhelm, too much. On your mark, get set. Am I exaggerating? Because we seem to have so little control of our own state, we blame our stress on causes outside ourselves. Such and such made me feel bad. That load gets big. When it becomes overwhelming, distress seems to surface like Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, or suddenly to loom like Godzilla. Bananas. It's bananas. But the stress comes not from circumstances, but from our own way of operating. It's our internal state that we're experiencing, not circumstances. But not having a handle on our own state, we make attempts to change the circumstances or to suppress our reactions, and away we go. More of the same. The more stressed we become about our chronic lives, the more aggressive we become for something different. We might become an entrepreneur. So some people yearn for a more peaceful life, and that's a sign of intelligence. How to unload the pile up without giving up, without burnout, without having to persist and bear up. What to do, what to do. Stay tuned. Next expostulation forthcoming in 2 days or so. I'm Lawrence Gold.